rise if you are able. If you are able, please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, car ton bras s'est porté les pieds, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please be seated. Welcome, graduates, family, friends, and honored guests to Convocation at the University of Waterloo. My name is Vivek Goel, and it's my honor to serve as President and Vice Chancellor and to preside over today's ceremony where we celebrate our graduates and their accomplishments. Thank you to Julianne DeRoche, our anthem singer today. To our graduates, Today, we recognize your hard work, dedication, and accomplishments. You will cross the stage today having gained more than the lessons learned in the classroom or lab. You have built relationships and made positive contributions to the university and our surrounding community. I see many family members, friends, and supporters of our graduates here in the audience. You should also be recognized for your important roles in supporting our graduates throughout their academic journey. Graduates, let's give a hand to your supporters. I also want to acknowledge that our world has faced some big challenges over the last few years. Global issues continue to affect our community in different ways and have played a part in shaping your experiences here. Throughout it all, you demonstrated resilience and perseverance. These attributes will serve you well as you enter the next phase of your lives. Today's celebration is based on tradition. The Haudenosaunee peoples also have a rich and vibrant culture that embraces knowledge sharing. As such, it is important to reflect and acknowledge that the University of Waterloo's campuses in Waterloo, Kitchener, and Cambridge are situated on the Haldimand Tract, land 6 miles on each side of the Grand River, granted to the Haudenosaunee of 6 nations. The land inside and surrounding the Haldimand Tract, including our Stratford campus, is the traditional territory of the Attawandaron, Anishinaabe, and Haudenosaunee. I also acknowledge and recognize this area is now home to many diverse First Nation, Inuit, and Métis groups. As part of today's ceremony, a number of Indigenous components play a prominent role. Their inclusion reflects our commitment to truth and reconciliation. Our Eagle staff led our procession ahead of our mace. The mace is a traditional symbol of European origins, while the Eagle staff reflects the wisdom, strength, and honor of those that carry it in representation of Turtle Island. The Chancellor and I are also proud to wear Indigenous beading on our regalia and are grateful to Marilyn Sutherland, a Cree master beader from Kitchener, for her work in adorning our robes. We will start this ceremony with a special Indigenous opening. It is my privilege to welcome the Cedar Hill Singers and Mayangan Henry, Indigenous Knowledge Keeper. As they make their way to the stage, I would like to extend a special thank you. Elder Henry provides a special Indigenous opening and closing to all of our ceremonies. His words serve an important role in the reconciliation process, and I've seen the impact they have on our graduates, our guests, and our university. Elder Henry.
Beautiful, beautiful. Miigwech, miigwech, miigwech. Ani, bujo, sego, danse, kwekwe, sagoli. Just a few words in the indigenous language in this region, words of welcome. And we'd like to say it's an honor to hear that drum, because I don't know how it affected you, but for me, I can feel the heartbeat of our mother the earth. When that drum sounds, it resonates so dear to my heart. And every culture in this world has a drum or a shaker, some type of music that they relate it to on the land that they live on. It's so important that we feel that, because once we disattach ourselves from our being, our ability to understand the world that we live on, then we've gone in a wrong direction. Our Eagle Staff Carrier, Gladwin Badger, who served in the Canadian Forces so proudly, carried the Eagle Staff today, and it brought to me a memory of a time when our people, the Indigenous people of this land, weren't able to join the armed forces in Canada. We weren't able to hire a lawyer. We weren't able to congregate in groups of 3 or more in urban settings. And we weren't able to come to post-secondary education. So when I started thinking about that coming in today, how things have changed and how important it is for us to look at our past so we know where we're going in the future, so we never follow that direction again, because we want everybody to be able to come and enjoy the beautifulness of the country that we live in. And everybody should have the right for education and healthcare and all these other good qualities. It didn't happen real fast on First Nations. We're still struggling with times that brought about, such as the residential school, the murdered and missing women, the children in foster care still today. But we do have a new beginning. And this time I'd like to thank our leadership of this university for taking on a huge, huge task of reconciliation. Even if we didn't know what it was, we know how dangerous it was. And by learning together, we can forge a forward movement that talks about reconciliation and cooperation with each other, because Indigenous people have a lot to offer. And if you're an Indigenous student, or you have a parent or grandparent who was Indigenous, feel proud today, because I'll be proud to watch you cross the stage today. So with all that, for the first time ever, we're able to join you on your day of celebration, this beautiful moment that you have, this milestone in your life, and I'll be able to watch you cross the stage with all your smiles and happiness and all your supporters watching you. So thank you, this university, for opening up their doors to reconciliation. We can't wait to watch you cross the stage. Miigwech, everybody.
Thank you, Elder Henry. Thank you to our Cedar Hill singers. And thank you to everyone here today. Graduates, families, faculty, and friends. I'm Jagdeep Singh Bachair, your Chancellor, and I'm so honored to help you celebrate one of life's great milestones. Congratulations, class of 2026. Now, this is ceremony 4 for me, so I try to keep thinking about how do we make my speech shorter and shorter. And I thought maybe stay calm and carry on would be the best words I could just give you and get back on the seat, but you may not enjoy just 4 words. But let me give you a few more insights, so that wasn't funny enough. My allegiance to this university goes back more than 30 years, personally. Here's where my mind opened up and I began to believe that anything was possible. I wish the same for all of you. It's also the most exciting, and depending on your perspective, unsettling time to be alive, since anyone in this room was born. I don't say that lightly. I've spent
the last 12 years as the University of California's Chief Investment Officer, managing nearly $250 billion US. And my job on a daily basis is figuring out where the world is heading and then betting big on that direction. And so much, as I learn about where the future is, and so much of that exciting innovation fueling this new era traces to places like Waterloo. So what I wanted to share with you is, instead of just staying calm and carry on, 3 principles I believe are the most powerful tools you can carry out of this great university. Number 1, stay curious. Number 2, think big. And number 3, take risks. I'll start with curiosity. Recently, I moderated a panel with 3 Nobel laureates, including Dr. Donna Strickland, Waterloo's own. And she said something I haven't stopped thinking about. She said that the AI tools of the future are incredibly good at giving us answers, but they can't do something essential. They can't tell us what questions to ask. They can't teach us curiosity. Now think about that. In a world that is flooded with information, the most valuable thing you can possess is the ability to ask good questions. Every breakthrough starts that way. Someone looks around and says, why? Or what if? Or simply, can or should we do this? I've lived this personally. My family emigrated to Canada, probably like many of your families. In our case, from Nigeria, when I was 15. And at that consulate in Lagos, my father asked the immigration officer a question. Where should we go? He needed a school for his son to go to study engineering and a school for his daughter to study medicine. Sound familiar to some families in here? The officer said one word, Waterloo. And so a few months later, the 4 of us landed in Canada. And 2 days after that, I started studying mechanical engineering here. I was all of 15 years old, which means I clearly had no idea what was ahead of me. But I was curious. And that curiosity has carried me farther than any of the 3 Waterloo degrees that I hold. A lot of great things start with a question. By being curious enough to ask and patient enough to chase the answer. And here's the thing about curiosity. It's almost always sparked by human connection. Our AI agents, those that you're studying or building, they aren't going to inspire us. People are, places are, life is. So stay open, stay in learning mode. Now that may sound strange to people who just spend years in school like all of you, but here's what I mean. Don't let today be the day that you stop being a student. Nurture and grow the curiosity you were born with. Walk out of here with your eyes open and your sense of wonder fully alive. Something could inspire you tomorrow and become the passion of your life, if you let it in. Before I talk about thinking big, I have to tell you the president is also now very curious. On our walk in here, he asked me, what if we had a turban that could change colors automatically? And I have to tell you, that is a brilliant idea, because it would save me all the change of wardrobes between faculties during a 5-day ceremony. But then your dean said, that's not a big enough market. And then we started thinking about shoes and other things. So now I want to turn to thinking big with these curious, great ideas. Look, once you've asked the right question, you need the courage and the confidence to imagine a big answer. I thought I was going to be an aeronautical engineer. I loved planes, I still do, and I'm mesmerized by them whenever I get on one. But the situation on the ground changed. So I pivoted. None of that happened because I played it safe. It happened because at every turning point, I gave myself permission to think bigger than what felt most comfortable. Think about the world you're entering. When Google launched, the idea of simply organizing all of the world's information felt impossible. Multiply that by 1 billion, and that's where we are today. So please, don't shrink your ambitions or your audacious goals to match someone else's expectations, or because you're afraid of change. You notice I said please. I'm Canadian too. We can still be nice. We should always be kind and grateful. And remember that the world doesn't need more people who simply fit in. It needs people who reshape what's possible. That's us, but that's you. Which leads me to risk-taking. Here's the part nobody tells you at graduation. Curiosity without action is just daydreaming. Big thinking without execution, it's just a whiteboard. At some point, you must leap. My parents are lifelong teachers with an undying belief that the greatest gift they can give their children was a good education, probably like all of your parents. When we boarded that plane to Canada, they did not have a detailed plan. What they had was confidence, that leap, that willingness to act before they had all the answers, even when they felt the pangs of fear. That changed the course of our family's life. You will face moments like that, where the safe choice and the right choice are not the same thing. My advice is take the road less traveled. Start the company, publish the novel, move to a city where you don't know anyone. Raise your hand for the project that scares you. Say yes before you feel ready. Because if you wait until you feel ready, you'll be waiting forever. And the world may well pass you by. That's a risk too. When you fail, and you will, because everyone who takes real risks in life does fail. Get back up. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's the cost of admission. Stay curious, my friends. Think big. Take risks. That's the formula. That's the formula that Waterloo has taught you, whether you realized it or not. And that's what the real world needs from each of you. Not someday, right now, especially now. Network with the members of the Waterloo community. Your friends. Keep these relationships alive. These are priceless, lifelong connections. And you know what? Be useful right back. Don't forget, most importantly, the people that helped you get here. Your parents, your grandparents, your siblings, your mentors, your friends, your partners. They have propped you up even when you didn't see those shoulders on which you rested. Please, today, thank them, hug them, take photographs, celebrate them. They have earned this as much as you have today. Graduates, you're ready. You have what it takes You're stepping into a world of extraordinary complexity, but I believe extraordinary possibility. This is the most exciting time to be alive. And you, the class of 2026, from right here, from Waterloo, are exactly the people this world needs. Stay curious, think big, and take risks. Congratulations, and you make us all so proud. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to welcome Raouf Boutpa, Director of the Sheridan School of Computer Science, to the podium. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Chancellor, I present Gilles Brassard. Brassard is widely recognized as a founder of quantum information science, a field at the intersection of physics and computer science that treats quantum mechanical phenomena not merely as properties of matter, but as resources for processing and transmitting information. Among other major discoveries, Brassard, with co-inventor Charles Bennett, introduced the first practical protocol for quantum key distribution, known widely as BB84, named after Bennett and Brassard in the year 1984. BB84 demonstrated that two parties could establish a secret encryption key with security guaranteed by the laws of physics, even against adversaries with unlimited computational power and technological sophistications, such as quantum computers. Brassard was also part of the group of scientists that introduced quantum teleportation, paving the way for many long-distance quantum communication protocols and measurement-based approaches to quantum computing. The national and international accolades bestowed on Brassard are too numerous to be fully cited here. Earlier this year, he received the Turing Award, often regarded as the Nobel Prize of Computing. He shares this prize with Bennett for their essential role in establishing the foundations of quantum information science and transforming secure communication and computing. Brassard is an officer of the Order of Canada and an officier of the l'Ordre National du Québec. He received the Wolf Prize in Physics, the Messius Quantum Prize, the BBVA Foundation Frontiers of Knowledge Award in Basic Sciences, and the Breakthrough Prize in Fundamental Physics. In Canada, he received the Gerhard Herzberg Gold Medal, which is NSERC's highest honor, recognizing the profound and lasting impact of his research in science and engineering. Brassard is a fellow of the Royal Society of Canada and an international member of the US National Academy of Sciences. Brassard has been a professor at the University of Montreal since 1979, where he continues to push the frontier of knowledge. His legacy is reflected not only in his foundational contributions to quantum information science, but also in the thriving community of scientists he has trained and inspired across Canada and around the world. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his exceptional accomplishments, I ask you to confer the degree Doctor of Mathematics honoris causa upon Gilles Brassard.
Is this thing working?
No, go ahead.
Perfect, now it is. I am humbled and honored to confer upon you, Gilles Brassard, the title of Doctor of Mathematics, honoris causa, I extend my sincere congratulations on behalf of the University of Waterloo community. Thank you very much. Well done. Sheila, let's take a picture.
Merci, c'est un très grand honneur pour moi d'être ainsi reçu. And I should say I found the Chancellor's speech extremely inspiring. Really. I'm going to repeat some of the things he said in different words. What I would like to do is to give you, new graduates, 4 pieces of advice. The first one is to understand the importance of fundamental research, which is also known, although slightly different, as curiosity-driven research. And the Chancellor talked about curiosity a lot. But what I want to add to what he said is that society evolves in particular because of all these products that we use, that appear. And all of that is the end of a pipeline, which includes innovation, which includes industry, all sorts of things, but it all starts with fundamental research. And without fundamental research, the pipeline will dry out. So think, for instance, of Albert Einstein and Niels Bohr and Heisenberg and Schrödinger and all these pioneers of physics in the 20s and 30s. They invented relativity and quantum theory, not for the purpose of changing the world or of creating cell phones or computers, of course. They did this research only for the purpose of understanding nature. And it's extremely important that fundamental research be continued, pursued, encouraged. And you should not ask, what is it good for? Some of it will lead nowhere. Some of it will change the world. We don't know in advance. But all of it should be encouraged. My second advice is to understand the importance of collaborative research, by which I mean to collaborate with other people, but also between different fields. For instance, quantum cryptography, for which I got the Turing Award, was the result of the meeting of physics and computer science. My co-author, Charles Bennett, being a physicist and I being the computer scientist. It's only by bringing together 2 fields that at the time were essentially unrelated that we were able to move forward and discover new things. So bring your bag of tools, to the other communities who don't have these tools, and take from them the tools they have, and together you can create new things. Third advice is to follow your dreams. And here, again, I'm repeating what the Chancellor said. Don't be afraid of your ideas, even if they get rejected initially. Keep on, keep trying. Well, maybe not forever, maybe they're not good after all, but don't give up too early, for sure. And sometimes the greatest ideas, and there are many examples in history, were initially rejected as nonsense. But if you continue, if you don't give up, then perhaps you will develop them, find other people to work with you on them, and change the world. My last advice is to follow my example on one thing in particular. As Raouf Boutaba just said, I was conferred the Turing Award, which is the highest distinction worldwide in computer science. And the award ceremony took place 4 days ago in San Francisco. But I did not go. It was a dream come true, but I refused to go there. And the way I like to say it is, and I quote myself, as long as as long as the fascist little dictator in the White House will pretend that he can annex Canada as his 51st state, I am not setting foot in this United States of America. Thank you. Not even to receive what has been the dream of my life. It's not worth it. So I encourage all of you to boycott not only all travels to the DSA, this United States, so not only boycott all travels to the DSA, but also all products and services. Don't buy spinach if it comes from the DSA. Change your recipe or find something else. So I'm sorry to have to say this, but we should boycott everything that comes from what has unfortunately become our enemy. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Boissard, and congratulations. Good afternoon, everyone. I know I speak for our entire faculty when I wish you congratulations on this graduation day. Today, you are at the end of one journey and the beginning of another, so there's no better time to talk about the future. And here, I'm also going to repeat some of the things that our Chancellor and Dr. Boissard were just mentioning. The news is full of headlines in doom and gloom and prophecies that AI will outpace us and steal our jobs. It is true that artificial intelligence is changing the world rapidly and transforming what our work looks like. And you as computer scientists know this very well, of course. But to me, that transformation is exciting. AI is not here to replace us, but to be a powerful partner capable of building tools and systems more intricate than any we have seen before. In this age of machine learning, what you have learned at Waterloo as humans is more valuable than ever. A machine can generate answers, but you, as our Chancellor said before, have learned to ask the questions. But one thing you have also learned as computer scientists is how to verify the answer and how to certify the answer. The judgment in all of this is yours, and it is the very thing that makes the partnership work at all. Fields medalist Bill Thurston wrote that the product of mathematics is clarity and understanding, not the theorems by themselves. The important thing in this statement is that he wrote those words not in a famous paper, but he wrote those words in an email to a young person who feared that they were not gifted enough to belong into mathematics. Math is not merely algorithms, theorems, equations, but a living discipline of curiosity and inquiry, sustained by the community of people who practice it. In your time at Waterloo, you have studied not only programming languages and problem sets, but have also learned to ask questions and how to verify and certify the answers, how to break boundaries, and importantly, how to imagine. While others are reacting to a changing world, you have learned how to shape it. Whenever the future takes you, wherever the future takes you, please know that all of us, your professors, your classmates, and your many, many supporters are cheering you on. Congratulations again, class of 2026. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. Vice Chancellor, I now request that you confer the degrees upon the graduates of the Faculty of Mathematics.
Would the members of the graduating class please rise? Mr. Chancellor, I present to you those scholars who fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the university, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Please be seated, and once again, heartiest congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It is now my pleasure to welcome your class valedictorian, Sat Arora.
Is this working? Okay. This is so nerve-wracking. Thank you. Mr. Chancellor, members of Convocation, fellow graduates, and guests. It is an honor to speak to you today and celebrate the Faculty of Mathematics graduating class of 2026. When I started here many years ago, I remember my mom asking, "What do you think is the most important lesson you're going to learn at university?" I had no idea at that time, but I promised her I'd figure it out by graduation. And I'll bet most of you wouldn't have had an answer either. You see, school meant hard work, whether it was writing our first proofs and being humbled on GradMark, or having several midterms in the same week and not having any idea how to budget our time. Times were certainly tough. And then there was the stuff outside of school, whether that was, coming to campus in the harsh winters or searching for our first co-ops. To be or not to be was like a catchy quote and all, but there was no quote that could have prepared me enough for 3A. Not sure why that didn't come up. Einstein once said that pure mathematics is, in its way, the poetry of logical ideas. Now, while Einstein did not live in a world of computers, logic and critical thinking are the foundations of computer science as well as mathematics. So for me, a computer science student, the poetry that Einstein talks about meant doing endless programming tasks in class. And when I would run into issues, I would pace around the Mac lab or DC Bridge, rest in peace, again and again and again until I figured out that creative detail that I needed to solve the problem. And then that cycle would repeat over and over again. And then the question would ask for a proof of correctness for my solution. Like, wasn't the solution alone just good enough? And not everything went smoothly. Maybe you couldn't figure out that one problem after hours of trying. Maybe you blanked on your exam only for that creative approach to hit you as soon as you walked out the door. Or maybe it was that operating systems exam and you had no idea what the answer could have been even after walking out the door. Some of those questions I still don't know the answer to today, by the way. Joking aside, or maybe not entirely joking, struggle and failure are a part of success. One of my idols, a mixed martial artist named Alexander Volkanovsky, said, "Adversity is a privilege." Now, every one of those moments you had, the failed proofs, the brutal midterms, the co-op search, that operating systems exam, that was the privilege. Every time you've been knocked down, you gritted your teeth and got back up, just as a martial artist would. The struggles alone do not paint the picture of my time here at Waterloo. Along the way, I've had the opportunity to meet so many others through classes, extracurriculars, mutual friends, or some other way. Those peers and friends, that is the center of the painting. They are the center of the painting. And it made it full of color. Whether it was studying for exams together, attending club events or intramurals, or fooling around on Reddit when we should have been studying, I know the time we shared is something we'll never get back, and I'll cherish those times forever. Now, I claim that everyone graduating today is extraordinary, everyone sitting here. And here's my proof. Whenever I've been away from Waterloo, either visiting family or on co-op, and I tell people I'm from Waterloo, I hear the same things. The talent, the work ethic, the creativity, of all those things about Waterloo graduates are remarkable. They're extraordinary. So by extension, it must be the case that you're extraordinary too, right? That's what's called a proof by example, which is not a valid proof, as some of my professors would have said. So I'll give that a 6 or 7 out of 10. But whatever, give me a break and let the proof slide. Times ahead are uncertain. Researchers in artificial intelligence are advancing human knowledge faster than any previous generation has ever seen. New fields of work and study are popping up that didn't exist a decade ago. And those peers that you spent the last 4 or 5 years with, the people sitting to your left and right, some of them may not be near you. Some of them might be moving far away for their careers. But the way you learn to sit with a hard problem and not give up on it, the creativity you had to find to solve that problem when the easy solution wasn't correct, the network you built along the way, the friends you've had, the problem solving, that's the Waterloo Toolkit that most people never get. And it will serve you wherever you go. So back to my mom's question, since now today is the graduation. What's the most important lesson university taught me? I believe university taught me to think creatively and always be curious. And whenever I get knocked down, I always want to grit my teeth and get back up. And I would like everyone to remember that. Whenever you get knocked down, grit your teeth and get back up. Because that way, we can be capable of anything. And I hope everyone here walks out today having found their own lesson as well. So, to the graduating class, congratulations. Today, we celebrate this huge milestone. But we did not solve this problem alone. We owe so much to our support systems, our families, friends, coworkers, mentors, university staff, and everyone who played a part in our individual stories, whether they're here right now or whether they're watching the stream. What lies ahead is an unproven theorem, and we don't know the right solution today. But as I look around, I see some of the most brilliant minds of the future. So let's discover that future together and not leave it as an exercise for the TA. Thank you.
Keep it going for him. That was a good speech. Great way to start off this convocation. My name is Lucas Ferfaro. All the students met me in the back, but you guys haven't. I am honored to read everyone's name as they cross the stage. That's my job here today. But before we begin and I start doing that, I'd like to share a brief few housekeeping notes to keep this ceremony running smoothly. To our guests, we kindly ask that you remain in your seats as your graduate crosses the stage. We do have those pro photographers on the other side taking a picture of every single graduate. There's going to be ample opportunity afterwards, again, on the BMH green for you guys to take some pictures yourself in the celebration that follows. To the graduates, this is your moment. Cross the stage, strut your stuff, have fun. Take it in. This is your moment. Again, we want this to be perfect for you guys. We will begin with the conferral of the doctoral degrees, 1 at a time, followed by our masters, 3 at a time, bachelors, 1 at a time. And now, it's the moment you guys have been waiting for. It's my pleasure to present the graduating class for the Faculty of Mathematics. Mr. Chancellor, present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Rasul Akavan Madavi. Dr. Iwen Dong. Dr. Hussam El Atali. Dr. Rafael Ferreira Toledo. Dr. Liam Peter Hebert. Dr. Nikita Vinod Joshi. Dr. Chelsea Holland Comlow. Dr. Zeynep Korkmaz. Dr. Edward Lee. Dr. Miti Majmudar. Dr. Shabankar Mohapatra. Dr. Ronak Pradeep. Group photo. Dr. Ahmad Rashid. Nolan Shaw. Dr. Nandan Thakur. Dr. Parjanya Hitesh Kumar Vyas. Dr. Yi Tian Wang. Dr. Li Wei Wu. Dr. Zhenyang Xu. Dr. Futian Zhang. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Mathematics. Sapide Abedini. Amr Abel Akir. Armin Afsharian. Sarang Agarwal. Ahmed Nasif. Nafis Ahmed. Mumin Ziad Nasser Al-Jara. Mikhail Briaz Kalo. Alexander William Ketan. Rayan Hassan Chowdhury. Amir David. Varun Dhanraj. Hannah Rose Ferguson Dodd. Brooke Mackenzie Dolney. Doa Alpha Yumi. Frank Fan. Shashank Joshi. Kamia Muhammad Terry. Hussein Mohibi. Delara Maradi. Casey Shui Lee O'Neill. Amir Hussain Pashair. Kartik Prasad. Amin Rizai. An Sharma. Moeen Sheardell. Scott Steven Steinfeld. Adeola Sekinat Tijani. Enzi Xing. Ray Ming Xiang. Dao Bo Yang. Jeremy Yu. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computer Science Honors Program. Issam Ahmed. Ali Al-Shama. Tisaja Alwis. Odita Garvathma Armara Singha. Aaron Jishan Aruraj. Roshan Anthony Arun Kumar. Arun Achudantan. Bill Bai. Ridi Bajaj. Sanya Banga. Matthew Binyam. Marco Vito Calabretta. Ethan Alexander Chan. Sri K. Sophia Chan. Simon Miles Chase. Addison Chen. Rare Chen. Kyujin Cho. Colin Kar Yu Chu. Shwiktong Si Pragnesh Desai. Jason Du. Vivan Garg. Justin Gu. Ayan Hafiz. Siyu Huang. Waze Handikar. Evan Yaboni. Jamin Jaffer. Vishal Jayakumar. Sri Jesu. Hanyuan Jan. Sahib Johar. Durian Kanasalingam. Young Bin Ko. Lee Viet Tan. Vince Lee. David Lee. Xiao En Lim. Reitan Lin. Andy Xiao Liu. Ethan Yishen Liu. Moaz Khaled Galal Marin. Malav Hiren by Meta. Alice Moyedi. Soham Singh Nagi. Hung Win. Yusuf Oda. Samit Patania. Kanisha Kumeli Pereira. Sailesh Pulavarapu. Ishan Puri. Vansh Sethi. Ryan Tapp. Prasanna Talapali. Jamie Chai. Rohan Vidula. Timothy Junying Wang. Owen Wang. Cheng Hao Wu. Star Xie. Moses Xu. Xingjian Xu. Saad Zaki. Yutao Zhang. Olivia Zhang. Jia Yu Zhang. Yiwen Zhu. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computer Science Honors Cooperative Program. Ahmed Hisham Ahmed. Fahim Ahmed. Ibrahim Amr Mohammed Ahmed. Ayman Hassan. Rayan Irshad Ali. Saad Ali. Sarah Ali. Anis Al-Sagaf. Sat Anup Kumar Arora. Alex Xianzhen Yu Ao. Avetis Avagin. Laith Saad Bahodi. Erica Baldessara. Sitting Ban. Luca Bastone Mohabir. Vinayak Bekter. Farzan Ahmed. Wayan. Arya Biglari. Alex Bowden. Diana Michaela Bribiano. Yale Alumni Gold Medal recipient Arthur Lee Bright. Lily Tao. Stephen Cow. Anhad Chada. Sophie Tien Chan. Adele Jia Chen. Alan Wei Yu Chen. Emily Chen. Eric Chen. Guan Yi Chen. Tori Chen. Xiaobing Chen. Yilin Chen. Yu Hao Chen. Joannie Chen. Mark Chu. Youngmin Cho. Hannah Choi. Julian Choi. Yunyang Choi. Bilal Ahmad Chowdhury. Akshitas Chowdhury. Adrian Tuen Hoa Chung. Stephen Chung Pin Yong. Sarah Mackenzie Cluffley. Ingrid Krant. Austin Joseph DeMello. Mia Rafaela Sicoli Dallin. Jamil Hardik Dalwadi. Mithil Vikasdamani. Adrian Kareem Davila. Ishita Diani. Alessandro Del Arario. Karim Bhavin Desai. Meshva Desai. Jasraj Singh Danoa. Deepam Dibi Ajiot. Domenico Didiano. Joshua Robert Dietrich. Rachel Sonia Dietrich. Jessica Ding. Sinri Dong. Daniel Duran Rojas. Ilya Igorev. William Murph. Alana Eibel. Kathy Jiawei Fan. Jingyi Fang. Rhea Jama Ferdu. Alexander Fu. Owen Michael Gallagher. Sankeeth Yanis Warren. Navdeep Gill. Aryan Goyal. Dylan Ronald Grinton. Yuan Kai Gu. Alyssa Sway Yi Guo. Grace Guo. Kevin Guo. Miranda Jingjing Guo. Manaswini Gupta. Tom Hen. Michael Hanna. Catherine Hay. Tien Yi He. Midan Shinduja. Rachel Ho. Trivin Ho. Heidi Han. Yue Cheng Hu. Alexander Hu. Michelle Hu. Ryan Hu. Emily Jia Jia Huang. Karen Huang. Stephen Qilong Huang. David Hui. Jacob Im. Davij Jain. Rayan Jamil. Eric G. Hannah G. Yiyun Jia. Yu Hao Jia. Daniel Zhang. Freeman Zhang. Yu Qiao Zhang. Joyce Jin. Rain Julianne Jorda. Lawrence Ju. Aiden Ali Al Nasir Kashra. Shri Kista. Numan Ahmed Kalim. Abhirami Kartikeyan. Angelina Kathleen. Pavit Singh Karbanda. Keta Kachri. Udit Qatar. Timur Kirulin. Pravav Kera. Arish Karana. Brian Hyunwoo Kim. Daniel Jimin Kim. Hee-sung Kim. Joshua Du Kim. Elsie Kim. Jacob Knock. Robert Knowles. Vedansh Sanjay Kokra. Tyler Dayu Kowalski. Adam Franciszek Kizuris. Ananya Kumar. Isha Kumar. Ethan Minsu Kwan. Rebecca Lai. Olivia Eleonora Rose Luffer. Angela Law. Yu Yup Lee. Ivy Lay. Alex Lee. Dylan Lee. Jason Lee. Jerry Lee. Junyu Lee. Catherine Lee. Ray Lee. Frank Liao. Jonathan Lin. Ryan Lin. Tiffany Lin. Alex Liu. Brian Liu. Eric Fuqiang Liu. George Liu. Hengyi Liu. Joshua Tien Yang Liu. Olivia Liu. Ray Liu. Sam Liu. Vanessa Wing Sem Liu. William Liu. Anya Liu. Justin Liu. Elena Luo. Mei Li. Michelle Ma. Avikam Mengla. Sneha Manivanan. Marzuk Mashrafi. Mayank Mehra. Brendan Arshan Centano Mercado. Matthew Mervish. Ethan Andrew Misa. Kashif Moatar. Sparsh Modi. Prashan Moana Kumar. Aaron Alexander Nizami Moses. Hargan Mujra. Maturshan Nadarajar. Maximilian Sean Nagel. Karthik Nambyar. Dev Narula. Bilal Nasser. Ty Stephen Nasello. Shrey Nawander. Parth Nayar. Brendan No. Jack No. Michael No. Nat Mai Wen. Jaden Robert Nicky Fork. Jen Nishiwaki. Michael Julian Asofsky. Rachel Wu. Ishin Wu Yang. Venkata Sai Siddharth Palaparthi. Harsh Rajesh Kumar Patel. Kishama Patel. Sagar Patel. Soren Patel. Daniel Peng. Just let him get less backed up. Jing Cheng Peng. Kai Xuan Peng. Devin Perez. Maria Johanna Isabel Perez. Lydia Peterson. Nathan Christopher Philippon. Nadine Lee Pagita. Josiah Luke Plett. Tisari Matasa Premawardena. Andrew Carl Pun. Kevin Chow. Kevin Shu Tao Chin. One more time. Chris Shu Tao Chin. Aiden Akash Ramgulam. Matyam Mukesh Kumar Rana. Nachiket Rao. Rastin Rasoli. Theo Rowe. Alenka Romina Rondon Durand. Ethan James Rote. Colin Ruan. Anshul Rohil. Pranav Sachdeva. Mohammed Wase Saeed. Kevin Salapatek. Iliad Shagagi. Bhavya Nilebai Shah. George Ikai Shao. Mahan Sharifi Gazvini. Madhu Sharma. Priyanshu Sharma. Rishabh Sharma. Derek Shee. Sajint Shivaothayalingam. Aryan Shroff. Ritika Silva. Amya Singhal. Arvind Sivaram. Taylor Madison Smith. Kriti Sodhi. Tejas Cherry Srikant. Minglong Su. Ziyang Su. Alec Bowen Sun. Eric Sun. Han Shang Sun. Jinshi Sun. Ryan Sun. Sherry Sun. Grace Sung. Crystal Mary Tanamas. Rahul Tandon. Shui Hong Tang. Rehan Tanweer. Catherine Tao. Frank Fei Yang Tao. Aryan Himanshu Tate. Jinghe Tian. William Tian. Dan Trong. Syed Aryan Vahapur. Daniel Kenneth Van. Vedant Varshni. Kabir Ashish Wahi. Anna Jia Wang. Bingray Wang. Braden Sheyu Wang. Connie Wang. Dylan Sheyoung Wang. Edward Wen Cheng Wang. Eric Wang. Jason Wang. Joseph Wang. Xinghao Wang. Stanley Zhangqi Wang. Weishuan Wang. Yinrui Wang. Zheng Wang. Zijun Wang. Enoch Wei. Kelvin Wang. Calder White. Simon James Zayed Wills. Xinhui Wang. Victor Wu. Lucy Wu. Zichu Wu. Jenna Xiao. Jezza Xiao. Yimeng Xie. Clifford Xing. Grace Xu. Jackie Jiaqi Xu. Kathy Yan. Kathleen Yan. Brian Yang. Kathy Keishan Yang. Muyuan Yang. Xin Wen Yang. Zheng Mao Ye. Vincent Yi. Darino Yefimenko. Alan Yin. Jessica Yin. Jennifer Ying. Austin Yu. Ivan Yu. Paula Yuan. Taha Zariab. Wen Hao Zhan. Andrew Zhang. Barry Zhang. Brian Yiteng Zhang. Christina Zhang. Ed Zhang. Jeannie Zhang. Jeffrey Zhang. Jenny Zhang. Roger Zhang. Renlin Zhang. Xinking Zhang. Ted Zhang. Wilbur Zhang. Freya Xiaoren Zhang. Yiheng Zhang. Yoan Zhang. Darren Zhao. Jeffrey Zhao. Lucy Zhao. Martin Zhao. Victoria Chen Zhao. Ren Jie Zheng. Edward Shang Zhu. Kyle Zhu. Stephen Tong Zhu. Tian Yi Zhu. Tommy Zhu. Zihao Zhu. Ziheng Zhu. Jody Zhu. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computing and Financial Management Honors Cooperative Program. Soham Basu. Stephen Chen. Ray Chi Juan. Dylan Ray Felker. Mikhail Gasho. Vivian Yiran Guo. Hu Hong Yi Zhang. Stephen Mu. Sankap Narula. Daniel Feng Yan. Justin Yu. Timothy Tian Yu Zhang. Andy Zhu. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Mathematics Honors Program. Osama Al-Qaderi Al-Afifi. Alicia Emberso Bremer. Sophia Irene Julia Deek. Eric Du. Jiwan Ha. Xiao Yu Huang. Xingjun Li. Jaewook Shin. Irvin Wang. Yingsheng Zhao. Chunxin Zheng. Evan Zheng. Daniel Zitoli. Mr. Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Mathematics Honors Cooperative Program. Jack Tsai. Yui Tse Tsao. Laura Catherine Gracie. Valentio Iverson. Ryan Luo. Aryam Sharma. Arthur Yang Shu. Li Yan. Kai-Shi Yang. Oh, this is my bad. Well, I gave you guys something to do at this point, and that was thunderous applause. Let's see what you got. Make some noise for these guys. That's pretty good. Congratulations to all of our new alumni in math.
Congratulations. Mr. Chancellor, I now request you to confer in absentia the various and several degrees upon those candidates who were approved by Senate but were unable to be present for today's convocation.
I confer the degrees in absentia.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brian Ingalls. I'm the Associate Dean of Grad Studies for the Faculty of Mathematics. It's my great pleasure to announce and celebrate the accomplishments of our outstanding Student Award recipients. I'd like to recognize the Governor General's Academic Gold Medal. This medal is awarded to only one master's and 2 doctoral graduates for achieving the highest standing in the graduate program. The Gold Medal is the most prestigious award that we present at Convocation. Nikita Joshi's doctoral research challenges the common assumption that user interface design should always aim to make tasks faster and easier. Instead, her work shows that design constraints, such as limiting when or how human-computer interactions occur, can improve how we read, write, and think. Drawing on theories from psychology and behavioral science, her work introduces a framework for applying these ideas to digital interfaces, grounded in 4 research projects encompassing 15 online experiments involving nearly 1,000 participants. Across this work, Nikita shows that some constraints, such as limiting highlighting or requiring longer prompts when writing with AI, improve performance and effective outcomes, while others, such as restricting scrolling, do not. Nikita's dissertation was published as 4 conference papers and 2 late-breaking works, including a Best Paper Award recipient at the ACM Conference on Human Factors in Computing Systems. During her PhD studies, Nikita authored 12 papers, including 2 ACM CHI honorable mentions and an ACM SUI Best Paper. She's received numerous honors, including an NSERC Canada Graduate Scholarship, 2 Ontario Graduate Scholarships, and 2 Chariton Scholarships, and she was ranked first in computer science for the NSERC Postdoctoral Fellowship. She was also selected as a rising star in computing science at MIT and a Heidelberg Laureate Forum Young Researcher. Nikita is currently a postdoctoral researcher at Université Paris-Saclay in one of the world's leading human-computer interaction research groups. Mr. Chancellor, I request that you present the Governor General's Academic Gold Medal for 2026 to Nikita Joshi, who graduated with a Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science. It is now my pleasure to welcome Vivek Goel, President and Vice Chancellor, to the podium.
Okay, we're on the home stretch now. To our graduates and new alumni, my heartfelt congratulations on this accomplishment. A special congratulations as well to Gilles Brassard on your well-deserved honorary degree, and thank you for your very important words to our graduates. Thank you to all of the family and friends who've gathered here today to join our graduates in this celebration and for supporting them during their academic journey. And to our new graduates, thank you. You now join our global community of more than 260,000 alumni around the globe, helping our institution stay connected to the world around us. Over the years, I have had the privilege of meeting many alumni across life stages, starting with those newly minted at Convocation. I'm always inspired by their big, bold plans for life after university and seeing their accomplishments as they've moved through life. Waterloo graduates are known for integrating knowledge and innovation across disciplines. They are known for their courage, creativity, and resilience. Above all, they are known for approaching challenges in unique ways and uncovering impactful solutions. At Waterloo, we think differently, act with purpose, and work together to make the world a better place. Take the knowledge and inspiration that you have acquired here at Waterloo, as many before you have, and make a difference in the world. As you have benefited from attending Waterloo, this institution has benefited from having you as a part of the community. This convocation also marks my final one as president of the University of Waterloo. Like many of you, we started at this institution coming out of the pandemic. It has been an immense privilege to work together with every member of this community as we move through challenging times. While your next chapters will take you to many places, I hope you, as I will, remain connected to this extraordinary university and to one another. I wish you all the best in the future. Now, it's my pleasure to welcome back Mayangan Henry, Indigenous Knowledge Keeper, to provide the Indigenous closing.
Miigwech. You know, I had the pleasure of watching you cross the stage and all the smiles and happiness that I felt as you were graduating. Your supporters, your family, your loved ones are here. It's a celebration and it's a time to remember a very beautiful moment. And in the Indigenous community, we would gather at times like this, but in a little different setting. We would gather in a way that would create a bond between us all. And they would do it in a circle. They would sit together with your fellow students and people who maybe supported you during a time that you found it very difficult. Maybe there's a friend that you made, while you're going to school here, and they helped you with some very important, work that you were doing. Maybe there was times when you were forgetting that you were wanting to finish this course. The challenges that you took and the people who helped you accomplish are all with you today in spirit and love. And in that circle, we would have a fire in the center, because the fire is the warmth that brings us together. And in that circle, we would bring our elders in, and they would close out the ceremony in that manner. They would look at each and every one of you, and they would show how proud they were of you and the things that you've accomplished. But they wanted you to remember a few things. They wanted you to remember that now that you are a professional in your career, how are you going to make that a place where the world will be better and stronger? How are you going to think about your children, your grandchildren, and beyond, that this world that you've left to them will be a better place? And we're hoping that when you think about the work that you do, the family that you'll have, and the profession that you'll be in, how does that relate to our water, our air, our land, our trees, our birds, our environment? How can you put that to work now to make sure that your children have a better place to live, and that they think about you and your legacy, that you've worked so hard to build this place to be better for our children and grandchildren? And the elders, because they've been on this earth for a long time, sometimes they remember the past. And those original teachings that we have talks very clearly about remembering our foundation of who we are and then grow from there. But they also want you to remember those that may be not with us anymore. Maybe while you're going to school, maybe there was people that had to leave this world and to be with our Creator today. And we think about them because they inspired you, and they still think about you being the best you can be. And sometimes to give some thought to them helps you along with your journey in life, and you'll be able to love all the things that you see and do. So we thanks We thank our elders for those teachings. We thank you for what you've brought to this world and what you will bring, and how far we'll be a better nation with you today. So we'll close out today, but in doing so, the elders, the grandma and grandfather who are joined you in the circle, wants to share that the world has lost a little bit of this emotion that we have to recover. And it's all about love. Love for each other, love for the people that we understand, love for the animals, the plants in the world that we live on. So in our language, we call it Zagidwin, means I love you. And when we do love you, it's forever and ever. So University of Waterloo will love you forever and ever, and so will we. Chimwech, everybody. Have a great life, and we'll celebrate together.
Elder Henry, we love you. Thank you again, once again, and we're also grateful for all of your contributions and those of the Cedar Hill Singers to today's beautiful ceremony. Thank you. Now, please. The words of wisdom and these contributions are an important reminder of all the work that is underway and the work that still needs to be done in recognizing the historical and ongoing wrongs perpetrated against Indigenous peoples and the legacy of colonialism still in place today. Sitting up there, not only are you the best students that we could see, the brightest graduates, but you're smiling all the way through. You're full of energy and full of life. And when you package all of that together, all I can say is congratulations, graduates, and it is my privilege now to adjourn Convocation. Please rise if you're able.